Asa Davis, Assistant Director with BNI Michigan, showing you how to enter a visitor. So after you log into BNI Connect, at the top you'll see a menu with Network, Operations, Reports. Go to Operations and then click on Chapter. That will take you to the chapter Operations menu. On the left-hand side, you'll notice that Manage Visitor is the default selection. So just click on that and then click on Add a Visitor. And then you'll see a pop-up window that will appear, and you can start entering in the information for the visitor. You'll need to get familiar with, or have your people who are entering these in, get familiar with the industries that are available. So you want to select an industry. In this case, we're going to select landscaping. But select the industry that comes closest to describing what the person does, and then we're going to choose out of these landscape services. So you're not always going to get exactly right based on that person, but you can get pretty close. And then invited by, you can put down the sponsor or the person who invited them, so that once that person becomes a new member, they'll have a sponsor attached. So you'll select that person from the list. If you need to change the language, you can change the primary language. You can also put down the date. This is required, the date that the person visited. Hopefully you're doing it right after the chapter meeting. And then if there's a Mr. or Mrs., that kind of thing, you can enter it in. Then you want to make sure you start getting their information, name, which we've just pre-populated, and get their address in there, get their phone number, mobile phone number, and it's very, very important that you get their email address in there as well, because there's some automated emails that could be sent out of this system from your executive director. You want to see if your executive director is doing that. So once that information is all entered, you can go ahead and click Submit, and then that visitor will be added. The next thing you'll probably want to do is know how to print the chapter visitor report, and that way you can verify that that visitor has been entered properly. So click on Reports and then Chapter, and then scroll down on the bottom on the left, and you'll see a report for Chapter Visitor Report, and click on that, and then you can put in the date range that you want to look at. In this case, we're just going to be looking at 1 week because we want to check out that one visitor. To enter in that date range, you can also filter it by first name or last name, or by profession as well. But once you put that in, you'll have a pop-up, and then that will show you all the visitors that have visited the chapter, name, company name, profession, and then their information and when they visited. And this is really helpful for membership committees if they want to review the visitors that have been at the chapter and potentially do some follow-up. This is a great tool to find out the visitors that have been at your chapter for a particular date range. Again, you can always export that or print it and be ready to take it to your chapter meeting, and that is how you enter a chapter visitor report.